Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome to Race 3 of the Overdrive Cup Series here on iRacing. Tonight we visit the Yellow Brick Road, Kansas Speedway for 133 laps of high-speed, high-grip stock car action here. I got the one, I got the only, Alex. It's not goodness gracious, goodness. Man, WX fan, how are you doing? Adam, I combined the two. I combined them. How are you doing?
Adam, WX Fan 21 here. The intro was going so well. Thank you, Alex. I mean, Sean.
Yeah. Good God.
That's not going to become a running joke all night. All right. So, with that being said here, Kansas, we have a lot to go over, Sean. 75% fuel, 4 sets of tires here in Kansas. Y'all know it. Kansas, Sean and I were talking about it pre-show. This is a cookie-cutter mile-and-a-half track. There is your current standings at the top of the leaderboard. Brian Reyes is the leader, followed by Angel Delgado, Brown, Labashian Road. Round out the top 5. Notice something here in the top 6. We have teammates, Sean. 2 GPM, 2 LMS, and 2 CMS. A lot of combined players here at the top. 3 LMS, because we have a multiple way tie here for 6th. Do you think team play is going to come into play here in this race?
Well, that's a great question there, Adam. I don't think it'll necessarily be the what do you call it? Super speedway racing that we have been accustomed to seeing here, at least with race 1 here of the Overdrive Cup Series. But real quick, thank you for joining all joining in here tonight on Stam Studio Network. My name is Sean. We got WX Fan 21. We'll actually be right back with you up here. We got to reset graphics. We'll be right back.
Good for him, though.
Alrighty, apologies there for a little bit of technical difficulties. We got it down and out of the way. Appreciate y'all joining in YouTube chat. We got the old Chris Ross. We got old Travis Farm. We got Terry joining in as well. Callum, Brian Reyes, Harold Delgado. Oh boy, Adam, let's take a look at the starting grid here tonight. Brought to you by Race to Stop Suicide. Check on those friends and family members around you.
Sounds good. We will go ahead and take a look at that. Ryan Kolashkin leads off tonight here on the pole, followed by Brian Reyes here on the front row. Then it's Angel Delgado and Jeremy Pienter on the second row. Third row is led by Litchfield and Trenton Johns. Nicholas Road, Mike Chapman gonna be here in the fourth row. Fifth row is Jackson Brown, Edward Mans, and then we'll have Castelli and Farmer here on the sixth row at 11th and 12th. Alex Sweeney and Kubaru. I don't want to ruin that name. Aiden is over there in 14th on the second row. Rosca coming in 15th. We're going to see if he can do something to change that around. A little bit low qualified for him, followed by Morless on the outside. You got Durham Jr. and Colfers Jr. as well. Hauser, again, we know, and Snowway. Those two are your wonderful race crew. Honda, Ottawalt, Erling, round things out here. Bonjour, Mr. Erling, all the way from Australia.
All right, I think you know what time it is here, race fans, ladies and gentlemen. Adam, you alike here. I'm going to invite you in on it. Go ahead, everybody, get up, stand up for your life right now. Don't give up the fight. We're going to have Ryan Kilbashi and Brian Reyes leading us to the green flag here. Kansas Speedway, 133 laps. We are green, 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 heading into turn one.
Let's go. Really fun to see Kilbashi here lead a race to start things going. I don't think he won a single pole last year. I'm happy for him, but let's see if he can keep this up. And of course, you have our current points leader, Brian Reyes, on the outside, moving with that number 77 car here as well. Up to you here momentarily, folks. Everything with time. Kilbashi is going to lead us back here. Very nicely done here, Sean. And looks like we're going to have ourselves a little nighttime Kansas race.
Yeah, this is going, oh my God, what a slip and slide there. I think that was out of the number 77 Mobile 1 Chevrolet Camaro. What a save there for Jeremy Pienta early on in this race as Samuel Litchfield looked to take his air all down out and away. How about David Castelli, though? He's earlier on. Man, already 6 spots gained. It's tied right there with Alex Sweeney, driver 31. Still looking side by side. Like you mentioned there, Adam, we will work into the nighttime here tonight. This isn't a video game. This is a simulator. All of these track conditions will be simulated. Change of temperatures. We're going to have to deal with them here tonight. Angel Delgado looks loose as a goose coming out of 2.
Yeah, let's take a look and see what's happening here. That was a beautiful save there. Interestingly enough, though, and I kind of want to point this out, look how wide we have going on. I think right now racers are still warming up their cars. They're taking this sweet time, figuring out the track. And this will be something that, again, we talked about with Daytona. Kansas, to my knowledge, isn't exactly known as a high-line racetrack. It's just a standard 1.5. But if drivers can make a line come in and you can have that ready to go for the second half of the race, you can find yourself a little advantage that you need heading into that second half of the race.
Oh.
But Brian Reyes now taking over first place over Ryan Kilbashi, and a little bit of brush up here against the wall, but still a nice save. And that is unfortunately going to be Delgado plummeting all the ways, possibly 13th now. Watch this here again, just bumped. Nice save there from Delgado.
Yeah, man, that's all it's going to take here as we head up into speed here within these Gen 6 NASCARs here. So we're hopping on board with, this was the race starts here. Here's Brian Reyes. He's starting to make some moves earlier on here. David Castelli is also looking to make some moves early on real quick. We'll get live back to some racing action here. There we go, 3 wide. Here we go.
Johns is up to the front. Travis Farmer. Big battle for the lead here early. We're coming around here, lap 7. Sean, we are still free. We're not going to have 10,000 different cautions.
Oh, no. Hey, I don't know. Don't speak too soon, man. We've started to see some aggressive racing early on, some 3 and 4 wide. Look at Travis Farmer, though. Travis, he actually he really impressed me the other night there, racing in the Bump and Run Cup Series at Chicagoland. Very similar track. I think that you can start to work in that higher line as these tires start to wear. Travis Farmer, very similar track, worked his way up to P2 once again. That's number 9 Chevrolet Camaro, having a nice run so far.
Absolutely. So one thing, and if race control is listening to me, and you know how lap on because we do have a uniqueness here tonight. 75 instead of whether it's 80 that we've seen plenty of times in the past in the Overdrive Cup Series. We have 100% early, especially. So we'll see if race control will be nice enough to get back a hold of and tell me. But in the meantime here, this is just good feeling each other out type of racing here as we come up to lap number 10.
Well, if my math is mathing for me, with that 75% fuel run, that should be about 40 to 45 laps here. And with us already 10 laps down, Adam, do you think we could possibly be starting to look at the rare occasion? Oh, don't give it the Shawn and Tater curse! No, Angel, hang on! Oh, what a save! We're gonna keep it lean, green, and mean!
Well, Twitter's gonna unplug Sean's mic for the rest of the entire broadcast, so that doesn't happen again. No, I'm kidding. But I do think we're gonna be hanging out here pretty much green. So let me know if you all can hear me as well. My mic is a little further away than normal here. Pretty much, I think if we are going about 40 to 45 laps, Sean, on 110 fuel with that 75% window, we only got 4 sets of tires as well, which I think is more of a unique talking point than 75%. How are you going to manage tires? Because you get 4 sets. Say we get, I'm just going to randomly put a number out here. 6 caution. Right? We're going to come in a couple of times. We're going to have plenty of fuel to pop off. But at what point does strategy come into play when you're down to 2 sets of tires? Last set of tires. How many laps are left? That's going to be something I think is a little bit more interesting than more talking about a fuel window, is those only 4 sets of tires.
Well, I don't know if we might have to unplug my mic or yours here, because I'm trying to keep the race fans awake here, not putting them to sleep. It's kind of been my new thing here up in the broadcast booth, and I apologize if I did get a little loud here, but I mean, we're racing up here for the race lead. Look at Jackson Brown here, down around the inside, into turns number 3 and 4 is where lullabying it down there into turns 3 last time by, man. We gotta get up, stand up for our life. Come on, Adam. We're putting on a show here tonight, not an ASMR broadcast.
I think I'm rubbing on. I think I rubbed off on you from last season. Oh, you'll love to see it.
Yeah, we're getting elbows out up here in the booth early on, as well as within out here in the racetrack, man. I'll give it to you, Adam, as well as the drivers, though. I thought we would already be, quite frankly, under 1-2 cautions, especially after, last week. Atlanta Junior, if you will.
Oh, please. I mean, maybe we just avoid race 2s in the series going forward.
I would be... Yeah, it's like the 13th floor in an elevator, isn't it?
Good save there from Farmer. I don't know if you caught that there, Sean.
I did. I'm glad you caught it,
He had
too.
a little bit... Watch this. You can tell it looks like the car kind of slipped, went a little bit up the racetrack, and then just a little jiggle here back and forth. Here it is around the corner. Oh. Either way.
Okay. Sorry there. That was out of 4, but we caught the front end of it. Apologies.
No, you are fine. We're going to have a little back and forth here. 19 drivers here so far. You do see Covarrubias is out. No race controls down there, and Calvers is 3 laps down. So, again, we have a lot of race control, so you'll see 212, 91, 404. They're not drivers in this race. I believe that is part of our race control team. We're being told that, Sean, your math is about correct there, about 35 to 45 laps on a tank of fuel.
Well, David Castelli was just their slide job gone wrong there at the exit of 3 and 4. Slid up there, a little bit of trade and paint there with Trenton Johns. Trenton up to the race lead, but man, Jackson Brown, I think we have to already call him driver of the day here. Adam, I'm showing gained 8 spots since the drop of the green flag. Sure, I mean, Michael Durham up 13 spots up to 4th right there, hounding the top outside lane. But take a look. I want to present, and oh my God, just barely clear Jackson Brown. Take a look at the race seams here as we get to you can see the 2 main seams within the asphalt. You can really, that's the 3 and 4 different lines that you're available to run here. Looks like Trenton Johns. Oh boy, Jackson's gonna get loose, gets up the hill. Here comes Trenton, dives it down the inside. He'll be there in 3 and 4.
Yeah, as opposed to some 1.5 mile tracks where you don't really have those boosts, you can go 3 wide here with no problem. take a look at guys like Johns and Browns and everyone else that are up front, you mentioned Durham shooting up about 13 spots as well. They took advantage of earlier on here in this race, all of the heavy fighting by some of the top members of that on the qualifying pole, right? You had Kilbashian who started first, Reyes was second. They all fought early on. These guys in the back are like, please, you fight. We're just going to run our race. And that's how some of these guys have been able to gain so many spots. But we're only 21 laps into this. We're coming up halfway or so on our fuel window. And again, how much of those tires going to come into play here? Fuel, easy enough. You come in, first green flag stops, you get your tires, you get your fuel, you move on out. It's when we get to any cautions. Are you going to go fuel? Are you going to go because of the 4 tire set? Are you going to go, hey, we're just going to put on rights. We're just going to go put on lefts, or however it is you want to take 2 tires. Is that going to be a strategy to get you through on what is a very underwhelming amount of tire sets?
You're exactly right here, Adam. We're playing chess at upwards of 180, 200, pushing 200 miles an hour. Oh, he's barely. Oh, man, Jackson Brown tried to squeeze it out there. But that's a really good point that you bring up. Like you said, under this first pit stop, expect everybody to sort of take their medicine. Full of Sunoco fuel, 4 Goodyear tires, but it's within, the second half of this race that we start to work with a little bit of strategy. Man, we're gonna have to keep an eye on Brian Reyes. He's dropped 2 spots, but he's continuing to run the bottom line. I don't hate that, Adam. We have tire wear that's gonna be, like you said, tire is gonna be the name of the game. A driver that continues to run the bottom line, sure, it's the shorter way around. You continue to save more fuel, but you don't quite carry as much momentum as you do, say, Nicholas Road, our points leader right now for that Toyota Camry, running 5th position at number 98, as well as David Castelli. Remember, he got a little slide job gone wrong, dropped back to P6. He's still in it as well.
Of course. So with this being said, we're going to take our first Crank It Up segment, because we are still hanging out here green, and we're going to go ahead and send you to Crank It Up. Enjoy the break.
Before we get a little bit too excited here, crank it back down, because look at that, man. During our crank it up, I don't know if you guys noticed, but that K1 Speed driver, how about it? Samuel Litchfield, driver 37, newer driver number. He's going to go around, take the race lead away from Chet Johns. Brian Reyes continues to run 3rd. We appreciate y'all. Appreciate the drivers putting on a show here tonight, keeping it clean, lean, and green, as well as everybody down there in YouTube land. We got Terry, Colum, Rigby, Harold, Logan Perryman, as well as Travis before he was racing. Appreciate y'all. It's Adam. I appreciate you joining me up here in the booth once again. And oh man, we really haven't had a breakaway just yet. Will we start to see it with Samuel Litchfield? Did he save his Goodyear tires, at least the right sides early on? About 10, 15 laps till, oh boy, that got tight, till about our fuel window runs out.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see a lot of pushing of anything here, Sean, until truly we get towards the second half of this race. This to me is it's very interesting, and here's what I mean. Obviously, Sean, you and I were with this series last season. This to me is one of the not only cleanest races we've had, it's one of the most feel out races. As there we go,
David, please.
It's the 28 of John's that's going to trigger the first caution as soon as I say clean race.
Adam Tater curse.
Nah. It's just, I think we're going to find out that Litchfield had some sort of issue. Sean, can we go back to that?
No. Yes. There you go. Oh, it's
I
more
wanna
than an
take a
issue.
look at this. He was sliding.
You're right. We got to back that up before the entrance here. All right, here we go. Ooh, is that? All right, here we go. Break it down for
Watch
us, Adam.
this. You just see him start moving in. I mean, the 28 looks like he has more speed right now, but he's nowhere near it. That 28 car is nowhere near Litchfield. He's going to come back down. Watch Litchfield. He's going to start turning.
Ooh.
There's the bump. That does it. It doesn't look like Litchfield had enough eye there to see Johns coming up like that. But even so, there was no adjustment from Litchfield. It's not, definitely not a net code here. But I'm more interested to know is, did something happen with the car? Because that car slowed down for no reason. If we go back and watch that in real time, that car slowed down.
I think he just missed the corner. I don't know. Let's see here. You might be onto something though, Adam. Let's see.
Because here it is in real time. They're just going. He's going. And all of a sudden, Johns has way more speed than Litchfield does. And then it's just a simple right into the rear panel. Kilbashian involved in that.
Speaking of Kilbashian.
Everyone here is going to get that fuel and tires now.
Oh,
So,
David's going to win the race off pit road. It was 3 wide there coming to the little green light. David Castelli with a pit stop time of 30.2 seconds. Adam, that's big because David, he didn't only just take 2. He put 4 tires on it full of Sunoco fuel. His pit stop was just that much faster than Trenton John, Samuel Litchfield, Brian Reyes, Nicholas Rode right there, the top 5.
I think it's definitely going to be interesting to see how this restart goes.
Well,
Because Castelli, like you said, took all those tires. We all have fuel. And he was able to beat everybody off of pit road. Is he going to have the speed? Is what I want to know. Is he going to have the speed here to really maintain his lead on the restart? That's what I'm going to be looking for from Castelli, a new driver this season in the Overdrive Cup Series.
we're going to take a quick word from one of our sponsors. We'll be right back with you here on Sam Studio Network. Alrighty, welcome back here, Stam Studio Network. This is Sean. We got Adam up here in the booth as well. I appreciate y'all joining in here tonight as we have lifted the exposure on the iRacing cameras. So you can take off your, well, I don't know, I guess you can, yeah, you can lift up the exposure off the cameras. Anyways, David Castelli is going to win the race off of pit lane there, the driver of the number 8. What does that say on the side? We got to shout out the old... Quit your swerving. Stop trying to warm them up. Hang on. What does it... Okay. All right, well, if that's how it's going to be. Anyways, we got... There you see it. The Team Watson Racing Setup Shop. Be sure to check those out here. So I believe this is a fixed setup race. Don't quote me on it, but David, he's going to lead us to the green. And something that's new here, we have the Stam Studio Network Choose car, not the Choose Cone, but the Choose car. Looks like David, he's going to take the inside lane. Samuel Litchfield's going to start up the outside line. Trenton Johns there's going to start in the 28, the inside line of row number 2. Brian Reyes continues to sit right up here in the top 5. Nicholas Road, points leader, is our 5th point, is running in the 5th position here tonight. Logan Perryman said just got back. Why the caution? Well, it was a slight sort of snowball effect. We'll take okay, it was Nicholas Road involved as well as, okay, you'll just have to back it up here because we're about to go green. But anyways, it really wasn't that big of a wreck, but our first caution here tonight, hopefully cautions are not going to breed cautions. It's Sean Stam, WX nice. Fan. Adam up here in the booth. Adam, get ready to take it away here, man.
This was going to be a fun restart. I mentioned it before we went to that ad break. Can Castelli, coming off of pit road, with how far he was able to get ahead, can he maintain the lead? This is what's going to have to be the case. He leads the entire pack here to the front. He is all solo. Litchfield on the outside. Back after that. Again, no real mega damage for any car, but Castelli flying away with the lead here as we are going 3 wide, and Litchfield. What is up with his car? He is now gone from 2nd. He is just dropping like a rock. He's over into the 4th row. And Trenton Johns, once again, we saw how much speed he had before. He's up to 2nd. About to get pushed here by Road, though. Oh,
he shoved him out of the groove. What a shove and a move by Nicholas Road. He's going to try it down the inside. And look who he's bringing with him there, Adam. That 0-1 Ghost Energy Machine. Oh, he misses the corner. Oh, no, that's the 37. Samuel Litchfield gets turned.
Yeah, I think Litchfield's car is an issue. There is something wrong with that car. That car went from 2nd and then plummeted like a rock.
Like a rock. Sorry.
Well done.
Okay, there we
go. Wow, that was well done. I wasn't expecting that at all, but well played. Litchfield, the 77, just wants to drive.
He wants to drive, but he's involved in it as well. Here comes Jeremy Pienta, tries the outside. Oh, snowball effect, Junior. Oh, 77 turns to 37. That was easy. Excuse me, 70, yeah.
You know what you meant.
Yeah.
Do the fans know what you meant?
No, not after that. Let's take another look at it here. Brought to you by Stam Studio Network. The one, the only, possibly not the best, but we're trying to get there. Okay, we got to rewind it even again. Man, what is Jeremy Pienta thinking here? We'll have to take an outside view of it, but 37 down around the K1. Samuel Litchfield goes after leading laps earlier on. Got to remember. All right, hang on. I'm trying to find it here. 1 second here, boys and girls. It should be right about. Okay, here we go. This is going to be the best look at it here.
Yeah, take a look at this. Litchfield, we know, was just dropping right in the middle, trying to find a way back, and then you see Pienta, the 77, tries to go to the right, and then I think Litchfield thought he had enough room. Unfortunate. Both just get caught into the wall. I think Litchfield really needs to get his car checked. Oh!
So Michael Ponder Jr. also, he gets the rough end of it there. Nothing of his doing, but he gets also involved in it. From Ranger, I don't know where that's at.
Ranger for the ones who get it done. You're not the only one who can throw in references there, Shawnzy.
I don't know what I did there. I don't get that one. Alrighty, well, real quick here, I know we just took the old ad break, so before we get to some more jokes and some even more back and forth up here, we're going to go take you through the fields here. A little, Adam, I'll take top 5, and then you walk us through top 10 here, man. David Castelli, after beating them all off of pit road, he's going to come out to the lead here, leads that first sort of lap after the second caution here flies tonight. Trenton Johns, he's going to take the outside line as there you see the SSN pace car, excuse me, the pick car here. we get to choose our ups and downs. Brian Reyes, Jackson Brown, Nicholas Rode in the top 5.
Right, you take a look here to round out the top 10. It's Travis Farmer, Ryan Kilbashian, followed by Durham, Delgado, and Chapman here. 39 laps down of 133.
Hey,
The
we're making good
goal-
time. I'm feeling good. I shouldn't have said that, shouldn't I? Uh-oh.
I mean, you do have another race coming up after this.
Oh,
To get
God.
it. So,
Okay. Well, we see a green fan of motorsports. Guess we forgot to put the jet fuel in it this week. Sucks for Sam. Hey, Sam's going to be still right within it. We'll have to, yeah, he got his damage all fixed up. K1 Racing. Expect to see Samuel Litchfield back up here, and at least for the battle, up into the top 5 here. So we're going to start to look and get ready to go green from Kansas Speedway.
yeah, if it were me, I'd be looking to play this a little bit more passively. Just get through the first half of this race, make your moves towards the second half. But we're gonna see if we can get some fastest laps here to get things started. We are under green back here at Kansas. We start things off here. Lap 40 of 133. We are almost a quarter of the way done with this race. Brian Reyes finally showing a little bit more speed, heading up, taking that second spot away from Trenton Johns, as we are 3 wide towards the back half of the first pack.
Tongue twisty.
A little tongue twisty. 3 wide is something we're going to have to get used to seeing here, folks. We have seen so many 3 wide packs already. And yes, if you're wondering, hey, Adam, why are they allowed to go down below the white line? Because that's allowed here at Kansas as Kilbashian gets turned, and we have another caution.
I saw that one starting to brew there. That looks like coffee in the old pot at the morning. Oh, this is bigger than we thought here. Oh my God, Nick Burling involved. Samuel Litchfield, who already used his fast repair. Looks like Brian Kilbashian got through it. There's Christopher Rosca. Another snowball effect earlier on here from Kansas Speedway. We'll take a look at this race to stop suicide race replay. Ryan Kilbashian, Alex Morals, Michael Ponder Jr., Nick Burling, all drivers involved. We're just trying to get some racing, not some pacing here tonight. Here is a look at how it all ensued. Take a look at the 0-0 here.
5 moves on down. Good racing by both of them. Here's Pienter again, threading the needle right between the 2 of them. Roscoe leading the pack up front. It had to have been from the Kilbashian wreck.
Yeah, it was when Rosca. So this happened
Rosca
way in
into
front.
Chapman, and yeah, that was just cars not being able to avoid it.
That was Kilbashian. You nailed the nail on the head with the hammer with that one. If I'm saying that one right. Look at that. There
Right.
you saw it at 37, bottom of the screen. We'll have to slow and mow that one back down. Kilbashian involved early on. All right, here, watch the 07. I believe that's Mike Chapman, who, all right, comes up middle of the screen there. Yeah, turns the 10. I mean, Ryan Kilbashian, he's got to know that there's drivers 2 and 3 wide on his outside. You don't only have the iRacing. Oh, my God, huge lick for the 16 AMR safety team down here, Stat. Adam, these are going to be the only drivers to pit this time by that are involved in the wreck.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to see here, Sean, who elects to use the fast repair, who just ends up in the pit. So we'll see. What do you think? Are we going to get a bunch of fast repairs, or with 3 cautions in the span of 15 minutes? Is this going to be something that the racers are truly going to want to hold?
Well, I think we've sort of started to see that play out here. Looks like Kilbashian has already used his. So is Nick Burling, because they continue to sit here in pit lane. So is Alex Young Money Marls, Daniel Selway, the old SSN pit car. He retains no damage after a pretty tough practice. He got beat and banged around there. Matter of fact, there's two of them out here tonight. We're gonna pick this time by. That was a lot of cars taking the inside line. Oops, sorry for that one. Here comes. You got to feel once again for Angel Delgado. Remember earlier on in this race, Angel, he was back up here in the top 3. Unfortunately, he's going to fall all the way back to P12.
We're also being told from race control that there are no faster pairs. That's only at super speedways.
That's interesting because, man, you remember the 37 got walloped of Samuel Litchfield earlier on in the race, and we're going to do something special this race restart here. I'm going to keep it a bit of a surprise at least until turn 3, but that's interesting because I thought unless it was just netcode that buffed him right back out, Samuel's day was done. But I'll trust you in the old race control. We'll get back to some lean green racing machine here from the old Wizard of Oz home, Kansas Speedway. We're going to do something special here, Adam. I don't know if you were waiting for it, but we're going to stick on board here. Live driver cameras left side. That's a lot of them.
Go.
Edward Mans, Rosca, Brian Reyes, Samuel Litchfield, Jeremy Pienta, Angel Delgado. Here we go, up through the gears, on the gas to the Geico restart zone. Looks like Brian Reyes, driver middle top of the screen, leading them through. Here we go, turn 1.
All right. Oh, look at this battle already here between the 96 and the 98. Really good there, 98 not letting him on through. As that 0-1 car as well. Man, really good restart by Brian Reyes. What do you think, Sean? To me, that was about as good of a restart as you could have had.
Man, I am right there with you. And you said, what did I think? Look at Jeremy Pienta's race wheel. He is racing with an F1 style open wheel race wheel. We'll have to see how what that results in here tonight is look at the sparks start to fly from underneath these Gen 6 NASCAR machines. We're trading paint up here for the race lead. Brian Reyes versus Trenton Johns side by side. Here comes Michael Durham Jr. He's trying to join this battle as well.
My goodness. This really is something else here. Trenton Johns might have the best car of the entire crew here today. Man. Unreal. Just unreal.
Another one. What is that?
Race
DJ
control.
Khaled? Where'd DJ Khaled come from? All right, according to the old timing and scorings, I'm showing Michael Ponder Jr. was involved. So was Kilbashian. We'll see what ensues here. I think Kilbashian got loose as a goose. Down around he goes in front of the 13's nose.
Yep, he got loose.
Was that something a little bit more than just got... Oh, well, okay, never mind. He's got no rear bumper. But look, I mean...
Nope, loose.
Okay. All right, Ryan. That's strike 1 here. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. I'll stick with it
Please,
here.
but we're not making this Atlanta. We have to assign strike systems all over again.
Yeah, he's loose as a goose. You're right. Okay. Sorry, it's early. It's early.
It's fine.
Okay, well, while we have a real quick second, once again, thank you all, for all the drivers up there, or everybody up there in race control as well. Daniel Salway, appreciate you, and hopefully you're feeling a little bit better. Buellinghauser, Cold Gold, we see the YouTube chat popping off. Matt Langley, Green Fandom Motorsports. Dude, can't wait for tonight. Yes, Midwest Elite Racing is going to be fun. But Adam, I was very curious. What have you been up to, kind of not within the past couple weeks, but within the off season here as PPC transitioned into what we now know as the Overdrive Cup Series?
So for those that don't know, I am a esports broadcaster.
Woohoo!
And Counter-Strike being my main sport, I have been partnered with ESL for their ESL Challenger League for the past 2 seasons. I'm back for a 3rd season. And this time I will have a producer with me, so there'll be plenty of more of that coming on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/WXFan21. But pretty much just been doing a lot of commentary, a lot of commentary, a lot of broadcasting. That's pretty much it for me, trying to make a go of this as a professional.
Well,
So,
I think you got something brewing for you here. I mean, at least from the iRacing end, you've been lights out here. At least, I mean, goodness, since I've ever started to know you back there, PPC, and we're continue to bring the heat here in Overdrive. Um, something that I asked the YouTube chat though, Adam, here before the race started. I put the over under on cautions. Don't make fun of me. I just okay. I
I
put it.
saw it when
Okay.
I saw it when I pulled up the stream.
Oh
What?
no. Was it too low? Oh no.
6.5, I think, was the number you put it at.
Yeah. I had some faith there. Oh no. Well, anyways, I was gonna say that the votes for more than 6.5 is at 64% right now. So I think you and everybody down there, YouTube land, you got some knowledge brewing up here in the old Overdrive Cup Series. If Third Musketeer was down there in YouTube land, oh man, he's one of the biggest fans down here in SSN. He could walk us through it. But real quick, Adam, before we get back to green flag racing, who is not your pick to win, but just earlier on, possibly a one to watch here tonight?
It's gonna be Trenton Johns.
You mug, that was my pick. Oh.
Sorry, Sean. I mean, to me, it has to be Johns. To me, he looks like he has the fastest car of the entire field tonight. But just because you have the fastest car doesn't mean you're gonna pull out the win. But again, to me, Johns has been consistently near the top. He's had the fast car. He's had the momentum. He turned the momentum into a victory.
Well, I
What
would
about
tell you
Who's
my
your
race
one to
pick,
watch?
but I'm just gonna say everybody that has been watching since last season. I'm not saying this because he's a favorite, but just because you would know what my race pick is. Here we go, green flag side by side for second on back. Looks like my pick there is going to sleep on this restart a little bit. Here comes Michael Durham Jr. Ghost Energy 0-1 dives it down, bottom of the hill. Oh boy, Angel Delgado gets pretty tight there on the rear bumper of Jeremy Pienta's rear bumper. Here we go, 3 wide heading into turn 3.
Right here. So, in case you couldn't put that together,
4
Brian Reyes
wide.
is just one to watch.
Yeah, there you go. Oh no, not Chapman, no. Oh my God, we're going around again. Oh, Delgado, hard hit. Okay. Let's take a look. Oh boy.
Sean, I don't even know what else we can say at this point.
I can say I have a broadcast after this, drivers. I have somewhere to be. Come on, we need to run green. We're gonna walk it through the whole green flag transition here and start it, and we'll see where this starts to really transpire from here. Angel Delgado involved once again.
Oh, this is doing so well.
They were.
So well.
I think it's. I really, Adam. I take the blame here. I jinxed the hell out of them.
No, it's not you.
That makes me feel
Oh
better.
well, we had 30 plus laps of this, and then where did Chapman come from? Let's keep watching this. This Chapman we saw
Ooh,
fly.
that's where.
So it was Reyes into Delgado.
So Reyes, okay, that's a Sean and Tater curse and a half. Reyes gonna turn the breast cancer awareness for grandma number 90 of Angel Delgado. Then look at this, the 07 and 96 of Jackson Brown just also involved in it as well.
Yeah, I mean Delgado nowhere. Reyes had nowhere to go. Delgado was trying to get in front of Reyes, and then at the same time, so it was double up at the same time.
Travis Farmer. Oh no, Travie Farmy. Oh, boo, boo, boo.
Hashtag Travi Farmy.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, that might be
What?
I don't know where that came from. Sorry. It's there's no excuse for that one, I guess, man. I'm running late. I'm running on the midnight oil.
There have already been some questionable things that have been said on this stream from the broadcast.
Oh, totally.
How are we not canceled yet?
I would give it to Daniel Selway. He's been the man taking the bullets for us. No, in all seriousness, though, Daniel, we hope that you're feeling well there after the long past few weeks and months that you have been through there. We appreciate you, all that you do there behind the scenes as I try to work this over back into Trenton Johns up here for the race lead.
Yeah, I mean,
Gulp.
at this point, if these cautions are going to keep starting, race control, in my opinion, needs to do something. Because, and that's not me saying it, it's just we've seen this is our 5th caution in under 20 minutes.
Well,
We
okay.
were green for 30 laps.
That was something I believe. I know, Adam. I know I was running a little bit of a little back and forth alternate broadcast last week, and I had Marvin Samayo up in the booth. But Adam, this is something I got to fill you in here on. Race control. They got so fed up, so pissed. They were looking like Cotton Bowl Speedway out here a week ago from Michigan. They lined them up like they were kindergartners, and they said, okay, since we can't start a race double file, what we're going to do, we're going to scrap the choose cone, which is actually new this week. We're going to scrap all that. We're going to go single file. I think drivers, seriously, I didn't want it to come to this, but honestly, in some other races that I broadcast, we have some avid SSN viewers, and even last night we had maybe one caution in a race, and I say this with all due respect here, but the Overdrive Cup Series, it's becoming known within the SSN universe as, I don't want to say a joke series because it's not. We have drivers of all sorts of skill and iRating from all sorts of races, of whatever you may call it. But once again, respectfully, we're here to race and not pace. Just be smart about what we're doing. I have another broadcast. That's why I'm so fed up here. This time it's going to be Trenton Johns, Jeremy Pienta making their way to the Geico restart zone. Here we go. Looks like Trenton Johns gets a good shove that time by. Looks like 0-1 sort of shoved him into that start-finish line.
Yeah, I think what we're going to see here is finally going to get some green flag racing here. And again, as a broadcaster, I never like trying to throw anybody under the bus. It's my job to make sure that we boost up everyone that, you know, I'm broadcasting for, pumping them up, telling stories, bringing those hype moments when needed. But at the same time, play-by-play, which is my specialty, I do got to call it like I see it. That was our 5th.
Good save.
So, no more cautions, please.
Well, we're going to transition into night.
Somehow! Oh. Hang on. I got to address this. Pienta, Litchfield, you two have been involved in some of these cautions. How the heck are you in 3rd and 4th?
That's what I'm saying. Race control says no quick repair, or no fast repairs, excuse me. But look at the 37. Like you said, Adam, here comes Jeremy Pienta. He's going to dive down around the outside this time. But 77 Mobile 1 Chevrolet Camaro has some nice pace up here back to where he started, trying to fight for that final driver interview spot, which is Pienta.
So, again, 58 laps in. Sean, you talked earlier about the double grooves on the track. Why don't you go ahead and just real quickly talk to us about that bottom white line and why we're seeing racers actually go underneath it and how they're allowed to do that?
Well, I know, Adam, before you were so rudely interrupted by that last caution, you started to talk about that. We are not super speedway racing here tonight. You're able to run underneath that apron. There, anywhere along down the track, but no reason to along the back straightaway. But that front straightaway, if we take a look at the track map here tonight, you can see it's really a more of a D shape than any sort of mile and a half we have. You're able to cut down that distance, that extra distance on the racetrack. But doing that though, Adam, you're gonna shave off a little bit more of those right front and right rear tires. It's worth it in the short run. I don't know if it's worth it in the long run, as we're barely start to approach halfway here. And I'm glad that you bring that up, man. That's a really great point.
Well, I mean, think about it. It goes back to, yet again, Sean, tires. If running below the apron is going to wear out your tires just a little bit quicker, is it advantageous to just play defensively? Like let's just say, for example, right, Castelli. If he's going to make a play and he's like, you know what, I'm not playing with the apron, I'm just going to run the race, I'm going to save my tires, and if needed, I'll run the apron a little bit later. I could see that happening. You only get 4 sets of tires in this race. That has to start coming into a factor when you've already burned through 2 tire sets. It has to become a factor.
It's not if, but it's when, and I will take it back. I'm so used to calling Chicagoland Speedway last night, where the transition was a little bit more rough there out of turn number 4 and onto the start-finish straight. Same sort of story. You could run that bottom apron line. These drivers going to continue to run it here tonight, and it's a little bit more forgiving, but within the long run speed. Sure, I talked about it earlier here tonight. You continue to run that high line lap after lap. You're going to burn them up. Well, you continue to run under that apron, under the start-finish line. At least within my experience, you're going to continue to burn them up. How about David Castelli, though, missed a T there. Don't clip that one. He's going to make his way up to 4th as he has a hard charging Mike Chapman already involved in maybe one, maybe twice, maybe even thrice here tonight. Mike Chapman falls back to 7th.
Yeah, we're going to take a look here. Just look at the front drivers. You can get Chapman here. Everyone's starting to run a little single file towards the front of the racetrack here on. Really wondering if people are like, you know what? None of us really have a chance at the moment. Let's just play our game.
That's a great point. I mean, look at the driver who's already up to P2. Once again, somehow sustained 0 damage or got it all fixed earlier on. Samuel Litchfield, all of these drivers pit lap 31, but look at Samuel. He pit on lap 42, probably to fix that damage there. He has already made his way back to P2, probably took tires on that pit stop as well. Yeah, I don't know if you call that Sean and Tater curse, but right when I was talking about it, we got another yellow out here tonight.
Where'd the yellow even come from?
We're going to try to take a look here. I'm still looking at a cause for this caution.
If it wasn't in the front.
It could be Jackson Brown I'm hearing in my ear here. Where's all Jackson Brown at? Hang on. Oh, no, Jackson Brown's right up here. I'm showing a cause for caution in my SDK, but I'm looking for it. We're going to have to wait for race control to help us out on this one. All right, yeah, yellow flag is out. Oh, Travis Farmer possibly? He's off the racetrack here. Oh, 77. Oh, Jeremy Pienta involved as well.
Cut a tire maybe. Let's see, wait a minute, hang on.
Backing it up. Here we go.
Chapman hit the 77.
Oh, a way to spoil it. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, Travis Farmer into Chapman. That's what started it. Then here comes 77, nowhere to go.
Yeah, so it was Chapman into the 8, the 9, and then it looks like, yeah, the 77 just misses Farmer. And didn't know where to go, and into the...
I don't know. I feel a little bit there for Jeremy Pienta. I feel a little bit bad.
Yeah. Thanks.
Here's a quick look. We'll hop on board with Jeremy Pienta at speed. Yeah, just nowhere to go. Bink, bank, boonk. And that's all it's going to take. All right, this is live pit stops here, Adam. What makes up a great pit stop here? I don't know about you, but I think it's how good you are able to hit that the stop sign there. 4 wide for the race lead. Michael Durham Jr. going to take it off. Jackson Brown, Samuel Litchfield, P3.
Yeah, what's going to make a good pit stop here is everyone's going to come in. We know this. Everyone may be, with the exception of Reyes, or pretty much, right? Reyes we saw on that little pit window thingamajiggy. We saw him pit around that 50-something. So he didn't have to come in, but if you're going to at the very least come in for fuel, top yourself up, you don't necessarily need tires. Everyone else in the front pack there, they really did need some tires. So we're going to get things underway with here shortly. Do not go anywhere, race fans. We are halfway done here at Kansas. We're going to send this to a very quick ad.
Alrighty, Adam,
Welcome.
we are double filed up here. We have approached the nighttime here at Kansas Speedway. Cautions breed cautions. I guess that saying is true, but it's going to be Michael Durham Jr., Samuel Litchfield going to lead us to the green flag in that second row. Jackson Brown, David Castelli, Brian Reyes, Michael Ponder Jr. rounds out the third row. Hopefully we get at least some green flag racing this time by. Let us know who your picks are to win this race, as now we are over halfway to go. Let us know there in YouTube chat below. Michael Durham Jr., Samuel Litchfield leads us down into turn one.
We are going to take a look here, folks. What a way to get things started.
Got teammates running side, well, they were 1 and 2 there. Michael Durham Jr. going to pull the gap there. Here comes some side-by-side. That 0-1 going to try to break the draft here, heading into 3 and 4. Jackson Brown has been top 4 here throughout pretty much the whole race thus far. Oh, here it comes Alex Sweeney, the 31. Where did he come from? Where did he go? I think tonight he gets the nickname Cotton Eye Joe. Alex Sweeney gained 6 spots since the drop of the green, up here up to 7th position. Here we go, side by side once again. We're going to start to jeek and drive here, heading down the backstretch.
John, if you can just do me a favor and get OBS off my screen, please.
Nope, will not happen. Oh!
Thank you. So, take a look at what Durham's been doing. Can we focus on that 0-1 car? Please. He has been running top 5, top 10 this entire race. And this is now his time. This is his time to show what this, excuse me, this is his time to show this entire series what he is made of. That number 0-1, very nice looking purple and black car there. Doesn't look like he has the overall speed, but he really needs to get off that apron, as here comes Brown, looking to pass him on the outside. Brown's just got the speed right now. He's got the speed, and there it is. Brown will overtake the 1 of Durham. Jackson Brown leads us to the front. Where is Trenton Johns, and why he's so far back?
And Trenton Johns all the way back there to P13. Did not have the start that he was looking for. Lost all the way, yeah, man, down to 7. I mean, lost 7 spots there. I'm going to try to follow up on that one here as we continue to look at the battle for the race lead. But Jackson Brown, that's driver I was just mentioning here, he starts to look with a little bit of speed, momentum, but don't look now. Here comes Michael Durham Jr. back around the inside. Brian Reyes, Samuel Litchfield, David Castelli looking to join this fight as well.
Right. Good racing here so far. Nothing really much going on. Let's take a look at, something I typically get enough against the look of. Let's take a look at that 11 to 15th race from Coffers all the way to Pienta. Corey Coffers Jr. in that 82 car, followed by Edward Mans. And there's Trenton Johns back there as well.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what happened to the old Trenton Johns machine. And like you said, even though this is back here in 11th, 12th, 13th, I mean, look at that. We're still shoving each other into the corners here. These Gen 6 machines are putting on a show here tonight from Kansas. Even right in front of them here, here's Christopher Rosca. Travis Farmer starting to fall back as well. But how about Christopher, man? 0-0 tonight. He gained 6 spots since the drop of the green flag. You see Christopher up in the top right of your live driver camera. He is chatting up a storm right here. Adam, I wonder if we're already starting to work within a little bit more strategy calls here within these, maybe not race leaders, but if you're running possibly 5th, 6th on back, are you looking at possibly maybe a little bit of an overcut, a little bit of an undercut, as Corey Calfers Jr., Edward Mans, Travis Farmer, and Trenton Johns all start to really sync up this battle all up to one position here. And speaking of sync it up here, blanket. You could throw a blanket over Jackson Brown, Michael Durham Jr., Samuel Litchfield up here for the battle for the race lead. Here comes Trenton Johns. He's being threatened with put down a lap right now. Looks like, matter of fact, Jackson Brown's going to say thank you very much.
I think what's going to be interesting here is we're going to start seeing maybe, just maybe, some teamwork, John. Some teams that are working together. So, for example, the racers that have been running, what has been working well for them? When on the next set of pit stops can they do to make adjustments to the car properly? Everything teamwork is going to start coming in to be playing a factor here, and there is definitely something wrong with that 28 car.
Yeah, we continue to see him drop. I mean, just place after place after place. Even 2 and 3 wide, and back to what you say about the teamwork, making the dream work happen here. You can get some help off the front and back straightaways here. You don't want to be shoving into the corners, but I think it's well within. You also have that strategy call. You know when your teammates are thinking about pitting. You know what sort of they're thinking as far as fuel and tire strategy goes here. That's where these bigger teams, at least at a mile and a half here track like Kansas, start to really show their pace and advantage here. Remember the what would you call that from Daytona, Adam? I mean, the fake job? I don't know what you'd call it, but remember the team that was faking us out about their throttle issues, trying to find their way up to the checkered flag, and unfortunately
that's right.
just didn't find it.
Well, that was tough.
Well, it made for a good story, I'll give them that much.
It did. Now you see a lot more of the racers actually favoring the apron, which is really weird to me. Everybody in the front pack, top four, were just hanging out below the apron. Sean, I don't know if that's such a wise idea.
Yeah, I mean, as this run continues to tick on, these drivers are feeling out their cars. We finally are under a really nice green flag run for once here. Applauding the drivers. Don't want to give them Sean and Tater curse here, but I do appreciate it. Brian Reyes, man, looking like he's got the long run speed tonight. Didn't have that race restart work out the way he wanted, but look at him. He's not making even a pass on the inside. He makes that speed and momentum work down the outside line. He's going to try and drag the 37 of Samuel Litchfield K1 race gear Ford Mustang. Gen 6 NASCAR right there with them. Look at Michael Durham Jr., though. It's been back and forth for him since this race restart. He's continuing to flirt with disaster, running that inside line, and like you said, Adam, continuing to cut off that apron. It's the shorter way around, but maybe not the smartest strategy in the long run.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they end up doing here. Just look at this really good race here so far from Castelli in Durham. They're running top 5. Massive amount of respect here for them.
Look at Castelli get right on the rear bumper of Brian Reyes, and this is what I like to see here. David, he gets at least one headlight in some cleaner air here with doing that. And he's able to get just that much more turn in, that much more grip there heading into turns both 1 and 3. Well, this time, he not only gets one headlight out, he gets the whole nose out in clean air. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Once again, iRacing Simulation Motorsports. There's a reason it's not called iRacing Gaming Motorsports, because we have simulated track temps, we have simulated track conditions here tonight, as well as the air that gets thrown out and off the ends of these Gen 6 NASCAR machines. You try to find a little bit of clean air, it's going to result in some more turn in, but here comes the battle for the lead, starting to heat up, starting to broil here between Jackson Brown, Samuel Litchfield. Once again, finally finds his way back up to the front second running position right now.
Massive respect to Samuel Litchfield here. In second place, threatening for the lead here. you got to give him a ton of credit. Involved in a couple of wrecks early on. Got things figured out. He's got a good car here. He's just got to be able to keep it going. And Sean, we got green flags. We got Rosca, who, by the way, shout out to him and Christina Honda. Honda was involved in a couple of wrecks. Rosca, really weird to say, didn't qualify well. And now is finally in the top 10.
That's not something we see too often.
Nice.
But look at his front nose damage, though. That Chevy Camaro is not happy. It's seen better days.
Will that affect the aerodynamics
Oh,
of the car?
totally at a cookie cutter like this,
Right.
Adam.
Yeah, able to threaten and move up a lot of spots here. I mean, he's just, it feels like he's doing everything he can just to maintain this 10th spot right now away from the 82 at Corey Coffers. But you know what we need to do? We need to take a look here at this number 31 car. Let's take a zoom in on Sweeney. Massive shout-outs to Sweeney and to Ponder, because these two, Ponder that was involved in a couple of wrecks, Sweeney, beautiful paint scheme here. They were in the back half of the pack for a good chunk of this race, Sean. What do you think were the keys to success for Ponder and Sweeney being able to rebound like this here? And now, with less than 50 laps to go, what do you think was the key to success for them?
It's really hard to say, because I would have said just staying out of trouble, but if you take a look at that left front there, it's got a slight wrinkle in it. This car has definitely seen better days. Alex Sweeney with a slight contact earlier on in the race, but I think my answer, Adam, it's going to continue to be the same. Just, sure, he's had a tiny bit of contact, but staying out of trouble, especially when we had we were green for so long. And then what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, count them. We're now finally back to some green flag running, and Alex Sweeney, he's looking really good here tonight. He started back there in 13th position, running in the 8th spot now, and Michael Ponder Jr. there right in front of him. The Ford Mustang, remember, this Mustang was killed earlier on in the race. This is our biggest mover here tonight, Adam. Michael Ponder Jr. gains 14 spots there out of that hometown, which I will refrain from saying.
Absolutely. I mean,
absolutely.
I was more referring to the 14 spots, not the other piece. But I have a massive amount of respect of what Ponder's been able to do. Again, being involved in some of the wrecks early on, really through some of them through no fault of his own. And then, of course, someone who needs no introduction, Mike Chapman, who's now up in the 6th place here as well, involved in a couple of those wrecks. Very much proving to, once again, as always here with Chapman, staying resilient. Can he find the momentum to make his way into the top 5? It is a 4-second gap between the top 5 and Chapman. Let's see if that's going to continue to play true here. But, Sean, let's head to our final Crank It Up segment here, brought to you by the Stam Studio Network.
this is your one and only warning here. Crank this puppy down and do it quick, because Brian Reyes, Jackson Brown, what was some nice side-by-side racing action. You saw it there during our Crank It Up. And Jackson Brown, he got loose as a caboose there out of the exit of 2. He's going to drop a few spots here. Brian Reyes, University of Texas at Austin, Longhorn Racing Machine up to the race lead. Hopping on board with the 37 here, and something we're going to do probably final time here tonight, but we're on board with Samuel Litchfield. We got him in the top right driver cam. Samuel Litchfield tries to hound Brian Reyes. Brian Reyes is in the bat cave up there in the top left real life driver cam. Look at the reflexes. I mean, we're not only working with reflexes. This is chest at 200 miles an hour. We're trying to save a little bit of tires. We're trying to save a run until this last little shoot to the checkered flag here tonight from Kansas Speedway on Stam Studio Network.
Right, Sean, you talk about tires once again. You'd have to imagine with a couple of pit stops that all these drivers have had, you get down to the last set of tires, or at the very least, lap 2. So, we're being asked by race control, go back to lap 95, please, Sean, and watch the 8 on the back stretch.
Lap 95, 8 on the back stretch. Confirming?
Confirmed.
Okay, this is going to be David Castielli. Here he comes. We'll hop on board with him here. See what in the hell race control. No, I'm just kidding. If race control sees something they want us to see, we will take a look. Well, we're hopping on board with David here. It might be this next lap by. Yeah, it's going to be the next lap by. So we'll continue to see David. He had, remember, Adam, he had quite a bit of pace here early on tonight. Actually was leading laps here. We'll have to continue to see what happens down. It'll be down the back straightaway this next lap.
Apparently, it was a really nice day.
Okay, well, there's some contact.
There it is. There's the bump, and there's the step.
I don't think this is the end of it here. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, God. Black Rifle Machine. Okay. Okay.
Oh, look at that save.
Hang on to it.
There it is.
That was not only, I mean, 1, but that was probably 2 and 3 saves. Look at the contact here into turn 2. I try to convey this here for the viewers, Adam, but it's so hard to convey. Oh my God, what a save here. Hands to the right, to the left. That's right foot on and off the throttle pedal. What a nice save there for David. And appreciate that was race control coming in and telling us there with that really nice save.
We are coming up on lap 105 of 133 here from Kansas Motor Speedway. I'm Adam, up with Sean Stam in the broadcast booth. Sean, Brian Reyes has made his way back into first place, followed by that 01 of Durham. Litchfield and Brown have elected to come and pit. These are green flag pit stops. Everybody coming in. Litchfield, Brown, Chapman, I believe that's going to be Johns as well that's coming into pit. And it is. We're going to get a couple of green flag pit stops. Let the pit stops begin. The final set of green flag pit stops here from Kansas.
Jackson Brown, I don't know if you caught it there, Adam, but he had to catch neutral, then reverse. That's going to result. He came into pits second position within this front sort of pack there, although all these drivers are taking tires. Look at that. That's the difference. He's not only going to lose 1 spot, he's going to lose 2 spots. Is Jackson Brown to the 07 as well as the 37. We've seen passes hard to make here. We got Terry. We got, what in the name does that say? Dude is unturnable. Says, I can't quite read that name. It's hard to. Blue Crab, there we go, says in YouTube lands. Green Phantom Motorsports, Adam, before this race, before God dang it, the yellow flag started here tonight, we had 2 GPM Motorsports drivers leading 1 and 2. Right now, here comes Brian Reyes, race leader, down into the pit lane. Right on cue, isn't it?
Chapman caught speeding.
No! Wee woo, wee woo. Chapman gonna have to make a drive-through penalty here. And that's hard as he's caught up on the outside lane there.
Unfortunate here. So we're just waiting for the top 3 drivers to come in and take their green flag to the top. Maybe they're hoping they catch a caution. That way they're the only 3 on the lead lap.
Here comes Brian Reyes, and so where is Christopher Rosca? Okay. Oh no! 28 Trenton Johns with another massive save. Here comes Michael Durham Jr. Looks like these top 3 should be pitting within these next couple of laps. Adam, that's the what? Not twice, but thrice time that you've nailed the nail on the head with the hammer here tonight. I think I'm right there with you. These top drivers trying to possibly catch a caution here tonight as here comes race leader trying to cycle things back down and around. Speaking of cycle around, though, Samuel Litchfield will get around Brian Reyes for what is the race lead. Right, if you count David here in the battle as well, sorry to cut you off, but I just noticed David is also he's got 4 lap older tires, but he's trying to stick it up here with them.
That is correct. It's a battle between Litchfield and Castelli. This is going to be the battle eventually for the lead once Rosca goes to pit.
Things will cycle back down and around. Right now, I got my eyeballs on that driver running 3rd position. Castelli, there you see it. Oh, now in 2nd position, actually. He last pit on lap 100. We're still waiting on this graphic to update, but I can tell you, Samuel Litchfield, Brian Reyes, Michael Durham Jr., these drivers pit on lap 104, 106, and 108. So what does that mean? Well, long story short, you have a little bit more Sunoco fuel. You can make it to the end of this race most definitely. And Adam, I'm not sure about you here, man, as we see Christopher Rosca coming into the pits. I think tires matter here tonight. I think even lap 2 or lap 4 newer tires could be the chance at a win here tonight.
It could be. If I'm Rosca, where I pitted so late, I'm taking 2 tires and getting right back out there. I don't want to go anywhere near a lap down. Take 2 and go. Get your Sunoco fuel and move. This is it. You see the timers on the left-hand side of your screen finally getting updated because now we have gone through the last set of green flag pit stops here at Kansas Motor Speedway. And it is Castelli, Litchfield, and Reyes top 3. Big battle here early. Litchfield, I think, feels like he has the faster car over Castelli. He's going to make a play here on the inside, looking to make a lead. They're even. Castelli up on the upside, the other 2 below the apron. Castelli looking to cut off Litchfield. It's a battle for the lead here at Kansas. With 22 to go, Litchfield, Castelli battling. Reyes just licking his chops, saying, "You two burn through it all. I will pick up the scraps."
That's what I was about to say there, Adam. Excuse me. We start to see these 2 front runners start to look side by side. These drivers are going to continue to side draft one another. We'll hop on board with Brian Reyes here. Like you said, Brian Reyes, man, he is a shark that smells blood in the water right here. Driver number 21, knocking on that rear bumper of Samuel Litchfield. Looks like he's going to push Samuel up into the race lead. These Gen 6 NASCARs are glued to the racetrack, so much so sparks continue to fly out of the front and rear end. Man, you couldn't ask for a half-inch more of travel here tonight. Brian Reyes works his way down and around, up to P2, around David Castelli. Samuel Litchfield's going to lead him into turn 1.
That is very true. 20 laps to go. You see Kobashi in there. One of the lapped cars. He is 21 laps down. 13 laps down here. Doesn't really matter though. Rosca, you can tell already here, 2 laps down. Unfortunate for him. Being told here from race control once again, the 01 in 4th has fresher tires than the top 3. We're going to see if that is going to make a difference. We already see that 01 car make his way to 3rd over Castelli. John, you mentioned it before. Are the fresh tires going to prove a factor? Well, proving a factor right now for the 01 of Durham.
Yeah, you're exactly right here, Adam. It's a little bit of a stepping stone here. Samuel Litchfield pit on lap 104. Brian Reyes pit on lap 106. And then Michael Durham Jr. pit on lap 108. So it's lap two newer tires here as we continue to look a little bit further on. Right now, Samuel Litchfield, Michael Durham Jr., they're saying, all right, we got places to be here, Samuel. Sorry, we're going to dive it down the inside line here. 18 laps to go from Kansas. These drivers are fighting for the yellow brick road here tonight, side by side, going into turn number 3. Brian Reyes, Michael Durham Jr. Who's going to give way? Who's on the throttle just a little bit quicker? Oh, Durham gets wide.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I was mentioning. Reyes just licking his chops from Litchfield and Piscotty. They were battling for the lead. They'll pick up the scraps. That's exactly what he's done. He didn't have to overdrive. He didn't have to burn through his tires as quickly here, Sean. And now you have a lead here between Durham Jr. and Reyes. And it's Durham Jr. who's going to make his way into the lead. Almost. Little too much air getting taken away from Durham there from Reyes. 16 laps to go here from Kansas Motor Speedway. It is going to be a fun finish. And with that fun finish, John, it's time to pick who we think is going to win this race. Let's start it off with you. Who you picking to win?
Oh, yeah. Well, between you and I, you know who I would take here, but to keep YouTube land happy and the whole Overdrive Cup Series, since you've given me the first pick here tonight, I'm going to take the 01, but I'm going to be very all sorts of mad if we know who comes away with the race win here tonight. But Adam, more importantly, who is your Overdrive Cup Series Stam Studio Network race pick winner here tonight?
Fine, if you're not going to take him, I will. I'm taking Brian Reyes.
You mother!
You should have taken him!
I wanted to, but people get mad. Oh, no.
No, I'm taking Brian Reyes to win. He's shown he's had one of the top 3 cars in the entire race so far. Can he finish putting this together, though? Those 2-lap newer tires for Michael Durham Jr. here might prove to be too much for Reyes. But I do think Reyes is going to somehow pull this out here with under 5 to go. He's just riding his race right now. 14 laps to go here from Kansas, Sean. Take a look there. Over the last several, those tires are proving to be a factor. Reyes did make up 0.138 seconds on that last lap. Tire advantage for Durham might be all but done.
I was going to say, sometimes that last lap, the last 5 lap comparison, sometimes it looks like Valentine's Day. It's all red. Sometimes it looks like Christmas, a little bit of red and green. Right now, though, we're starting to approach that Christmas sort of sector of it here as Brian Reyes gets well within 0.4 of a second. Is he faster? Lap 121? No! Adam, Brian Reyes is slower as he continues to try and reel in Michael Durham Jr. Michael, now the race leader with, like you were setting up there, and I'm just now catching it. I know. I'm great up here in the old booth. Anyways, you're setting it up there, like you said there, Adam. Michael Durham Jr., last pit on lap 108, driver with the freshest Goodyear Eagles right now to the race lead. 12 laps to go. Brian Reyes trying to give it his all. Samuel Litchfield running in the final driver interview spot. Here comes some more side-by-side, though. This is between Alex Sweeney. He's got great genes. Here comes Michael Ponder Jr. down the inside.
Big battle here for 7th place between these 2 drivers in the 13 and 31. Jimmy Ponder.
Oh, it was.
Take the extra spot. Ponder up to 7th, Sweeney in 8th. And one thing that Durham has to contend with in first is any lap traffic. The only lapped car in front of him was Mike Chapman, and right now Durham has clean air with 10 laps to go. That could very well be all she wrote here from Kansas, but it has to be a clean 10 laps for Durham because you cannot give Brian Reyes an inch, otherwise he will take a mile. Staring instead of first, might be staring at 2nd place.
Now, I remember, well, I don't remember, I'll be honest. I looked back on the Penny Pleasers Cup season, the playlist here on SSN, and I did see that race number 2, we did race at Kansas, and although we did see quite a few caution laps, we're starting to see the cream rise to the top here. Brian Reyes works his way up to P2. Samuel Litchfield, as the cameraman makes a pan for his life there to the right side of the screen. Samuel, I mean, driver we have to shout out here tonight, but I'm not sure about you, Adam. I think the SSN driver of the race, I mean, let alone, sure, he worked his way up, not to only the race lead here, Adam, but Michael Durham Jr., the driver of the 0-1, he has gained 16, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, I'm not going to count them, but 16 spots here since the start of the race. That's pretty special.
Yeah, this is a big statement race from Durham. Big statement race for him. 16 spots in the lead. I mean, you're showing everyone else in the Overdrive Cup Series. You're here and you mean business. Again, if it wasn't for some of the issues that Trenton Johns had, there's a very good chance that he is dominating this race. But it is Durham who is going to go ahead and lead us into 6 laps to go here from Kansas, leading us in to the final 5 laps.
You know who's continuing to draw a bead right now? I mean, it's the only option you got. Look at that. These last 3 laps, will it be 4th? Brian Reyes, I mean, he ties him damn near at lap 127. Brian Reyes, Adam, he is now within slipstream range, excuse me, but now that he missed that sort of apex and exit down there into turns 1 and 2, he's going to have to re-rack them and restack them here. But I think Brian Reyes, he's well within retaining distance here to possibly make a move for the race lead. 0.2 of a second. That's about 3 car lengths separating the race leaders. This time, 5 laps to go here from Kansas. Brian Reyes, he draws a bead. Here he comes. It was 0.2 of a second, back down to 1/10 of a second now.
Yep, that tire advantage is gone. Now it's pure racing with 5 laps to go. There is no lap traffic out in front of the 01. Is he going to have the speed to outduel the skill and speed of Brian Reyes? 4 laps to go under the light here at Kansas Motor Speedway. Sean, we have been treated to an absolute treat tonight. Now that we've gotten by the cautions, it is 1, 2. Nobody is in touching distance of the top 2. Litchfield and Castelli are battling for 3rd on the podium, but it's right now with 3 laps to go. It's Durham, it's Reyes. We'll pull it up one final time for you all. The splits in the last 5 laps between Durham and Reyes, and it has mostly been Reyes that has been gaining on him. This is going to do it here. We're coming up to the final 2 laps of this race. It'll be a green-white checkered. Sean, can Durham hold off Reyes?
It's going to be, I think, it's going to be a send here of the century for Brian Reyes. Side by side for the final driver interview spot. We'll work back our way up to the race lead here. Michael Durham Jr., he's going to so far looking to take the checkered flag here tonight as he makes it official heading into turns 3 and 4, heading to 1 lap to go. But looking Brian Reyes, he's trying to make every little bit of speed, every little bit of momentum he has for that University of Texas at Austin Chevrolet Camaro. Here we go. Samuel Litchfield as well as David Castelli side by side. We're going to break this down at the start-finish line. Looks like David's going to take away the final driver interview spot for now. Michael Durham Jr., we said there was no lap traffic. Here it comes out of nowhere. Final lap. Brian Reyes down to the inside.
Reyes to the inside, trying to cut off Durham. It's going to be a photo finish. Reyes cuts them off in lap traffic. Reyes rips this away from Michael Durham and wins here at Kansas.
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Brian Reyes back to victory lane. Michael Durham Jr. coming in with the slow P2 there. David Castelli takes it away from Samuel Litchfield. Top 3 drivers. Make sure you make your way and mosey your way down to the live driver interview booth here and we'll get some official race results here for you in just a few moments' time. What a white flag lap here. We'll take another look at it here. Brian Reyes, we both didn't think that there was enough time left in the race here, but with these lap traffic cars here, Reyes steals one away from Durham Jr.
That was definitely a steal. I mean, just look at the lap traffic. Durham had nowhere to go, and Reyes smelled the blood in the water. Knew exactly how he had to pull it off. Found enough clean air away from Durham to side him here, get along the inside, and just pull away. Nothing to save, not worrying about tires. That was just great racing from both drivers. For Durham, you have nothing to be ashamed of. Statement race from Durham.
Congratulations, Brian Reyes, our race winner here. He's going to continue to hold out that gap within the points, even though we're early on in the season. Burn this puppy down. Well deserved from the 21 machine. Stick with us here on Stam Studio Network. We're going to get the top 3 driver interviews as well as, well, I got to hop on my virtual plane over to Daytona International Speedway. Got another broadcast here coming up in a few moments' time. But for the race results, man, Adam, we were joined here. Well, I appreciate you for joining me. We were watching a barn burner here tonight. You could call it elbows out. Brian Reyes, Michael Durham Jr., David Castielli takes away P3. Samuel Litchfield, Travis Farmer, Jackson Brown. Michael Ponder Jr., Alex Sweeney, Corey Kalfers Jr., Trenton Johns rounding out the top 10, Edward Mans, Christopher Rosca, Mike Chapman, Nicholas Rode, Ryan Kilbashi, and Angel Delgado, Alex Morales, as well as Jeremy Pienta rounding out the 18. Oh, excuse me, we got a little bit more. Hang on, then I'll send it to you. Hang on. Nick Verling, and then we go. There is, well, race control from there on out. We appreciate y'all joining here tonight on Stam Studio Network. Stick around. Drivers, make sure you make your way to that driver interview booth. We're waiting for you here. We'll be right back with you on Stam Studio Network. How about
Good
it,
racing, Brian. Good racing, Mike.
Good win, Brian. Good
The
win, man.
myth, the legend, Brian. You're going to bring it home. P1 here tonight. Walk us through what was going through your mind on that white flag lap as we'll hop on board with you here.
You know, just that whole lap, I know the lap before I had really messed up. I gave it my all and set it in there, and it just wouldn't stick, and it hit the wall, and I thought, you know, that's it. You know, I'm going to try my best, but it's just really unfortunate because Michael came up on some racy lap cars, and it just got really messy there, and I knew this was my only chance. And I got a big run. I sent it down in turn 3. I just hoped it would stick, and I made it from there. And glory to God, we made it. But man, that was a tough race. That was a really tough race.
Man, it didn't just stick, it stuck down there. Congratulations on your race win here tonight. Brian Reyes coming away with the checkered flag from Kansas Speedway. Real quick, before we get to P2 and P3, Brian, who makes it all possible? Who would you like to shout out here tonight as you continue to make a really nice gap in the points here early on?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to God, and shout out to my mom and dad for watching, and shout out to my brother Jonathan, and shout out to all my friends at home watching probably, and my girlfriend Fiona. Pretty awesome. And yeah, I mean, thank y'all for everything.
Hey, we thank you, Brian. Congratulations on the race win. Congratulations, Green Phantom Motorsports. We see you down there in YouTube land. Congratulations on your race win here tonight. I'm hearing that I have Adam down there with our P2 finish driver, Michael Graham Jr.
That's right. Michael, congratulations. What a statement race from you. Brian stealing the win from you there in that lap traffic there on the white flag. But what a race from you. What kind of made it possible there towards the end of that race? Was it the 2-lap pressure tires? What did you find towards the end of that race that gave you such success to stay out front?
It was definitely me staying out for them extra 2 laps. I was gonna stay out another, but I didn't want them to catch me up on fresher tires, and I wouldn't be able to catch them. But all in all, it was a good race. You know, these first 2 races were horrible, them drafting tracks, but it sucks that that win got away from us. But it's racing, it happens.
For sure. Congratulations to you on your second place victory. Sean, I'm also down here with the one, the only David Castelli, driver of that number 8 car. Mr. Castelli, what a race by you as well. Another statement race from you. 2 new drivers here in the Overdrive Cup Series. We know Brian Reyes has been here before, but David, what did you find for success in this race here in Kansas?
Well, I mean, really the drafting was a big part of it. I mean, but all in all, my team did pretty good today. My buddy Jason, he was helping me out with, letting me know what cars were doing, what lines they were running. But all in all, I mean, I felt like we had a good car. Just pit strategy wasn't the best, I guess. I mean, I shouldn't have pitted first. It's helped in the past, but it didn't help today.
Very nice. Well, drivers, I want to give a congratulations to all 3 of you. Very, very nicely done from all of you. Sean, that's it for us down here from the track. Why don't you go ahead and take us home?
That I will. Drivers, I appreciate not only the top 3, but all of you coming out here for putting on a show for the race fans. And I appreciate, sorry if I went off there. I got another broadcast here in just, 10 minutes time. I kid you not. But you drivers kept it clean out here tonight for the most part. That's a step in the right direction for the old OCS. Appreciate everybody. Congratulations on Brian Reyes on the race win, Michael Durham Jr., David Castelli on the podium finishers. Real quick before we get going, looks like Terry's going to take away the chat win there tonight. Congratulations, Terry. Live in YouTube chat, Logan's going to take away P2. Travis Farmer, matter of fact, tied with P2. Brian Reyes comes in with the podium spot there. Adam, I appreciate all that you do here for us here on the commentating side of SSN. Have a great rest of your night. Everybody who's joined in, have a great rest of your night. And if you want to catch a little bit more NASCAR action, stick with me here. I'll be live in about 30 minutes time. Take care, everybody.
Welcome.
A great rest of your night.